being homosexual is anti-African. Africans only became homosexual all over the country only when they was in America, only when they was oppressed, only when they wasn't living day to day to their African spiritual systems. You know why? Because half of our spiritual systems we don't have, but we do have some, and even the wisdom and the esoteric knowledge that we do have regarding African history, it doesn't promote a homosexual agenda. So in many cases, people say this is what I like. You know, I like girls, I like guys. But the truth of the matter is that you made that conclusion most likely when you was in your lower self and you was thinking from a brainwashed point of view, and then you became conscious and you brought your old belief into the future. You brought your old self into your new self and tried to justify it and make it sound okay that imbalance is balance, because the truth of the matter is imbalance could never be balanced. You have so many conscious people that promote balance, that promote unity, that promote love. Love is that balance. Love is life. Because the moment that you promote homosexuality is the moment that you're able to spread it. And the moment that you're able to spread it is the moment you're able to stop reproduction. You're able to stop procreation. You're able to stop birth. The moment you promote it, the moment you say, this is what I love and it's okay. The moment you say it's okay, the moment you say that life is that anti-life is okay. That's basically what you're saying. Because when you're promoting it, you're spreading it. And if it's spread everywhere, then it'll be no more life. And you will have no life to even say you love it. So the truth of the matter is that you need to realize that, some part of you at one point in time was seeking happiness outside of yourself, because the best relationship you can have is with yourself. If you lack a relationship with yourself, then you lack a relationship with anyone else. And many cases when people choose to be homosexual, it's at a time where they're seeking happiness outside of themselves. And they see something in a girl or a guy that appeal to them, for the simple fact because they see that they can get happiness from a certain person expression because they not giving it to themselves. But if they was giving it to themselves, then they would have never found that attractive. And person may say, they may be saying right now, yeah, I would have still found that attractive either way. But how would you know if you didn't actually have that experience of loving yourself and then approaching the situation? But you only have the experience of approaching the situation based on a person that's lacking self-love. So therefore, you really don't know what you would have chose. And me being as analytical and me having such a genius way of thinking, and me being a rare old soul and paying attention to every detail of situations in life and why people move the way in which they move, why people say things the way in which they say it, people movements after they say things. It's not what you say, it's the energy in what you say it that makes all the difference. A person eye movements, their body movements, every detail and inch of their movements after they say certain things, before they say certain things, and you evaluate all of that, and just a multiplicity of different things regarding being analytical and being highly observant and being an ancient rare soul that see extremely a lot. Truly, I'm one of the oldest souls I have ever met. But I'm saying all this to say that I have brilliant observational skills. And one thing that I know for a fact, and it don't take a rocket scientist to know that imbalance can never be balanced, no matter how people try to put it or word it, because Africans only been up on the bottom for like a second in history. Majority of history, thousands and thousands and millions of years, it only been black people on the planet. Majority of history, it was only non-homosexual agendas in relationships. And if it was rare that you found it. And it wasn't accepted by the society. Because African traditions globally did not promote that in ancient times. And how you know? Because our ancestors left a multiplicity of different statues all over the world and promoted, because the main people who promoted the homosexual agenda back in some years ago was the Greeks, the Romans. And now we exist in Babylon or in America, whereas we're being oppressed, and a lot of our people think like the oppressor or think what the oppressor want them to think. So the oppressor, you can go downtown on the state building. They have the gay flag up. So I'm not judging no one. If that's what you want to do, you do it. I have no control over that. I'm not attempting to control that. All I'm doing is stating a fact. Now, whether you want to accept it or not, that's on you. Don't take what I'm saying personal, because it's not personal. It's based upon my reality. That's why I'm allowing you to live your reality. But based upon my wisdom and my knowledge and my understanding of African history, I know that as an African,